There we are, Keon Brown in New York. Hope you're well. Thank you for joining us here. All my stuff in the building. Look at that. Got to move everything out of the Keon Brown here. Hope you're well. Welcome to NCCU Live. We have a beautiful show for you tonight. We've got art. We've got money. We've got royalty. You don't want to miss it tonight. Today is November 11th, and we're starting right now. All right. It is November 11th, 2020. Welcome to NCCU Live. I'm Keon Brown in New York. I want to bring in our guest today. Let's start with Faith Bynum. How are you, Faith?
Hi, Keon. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for jumping on CPA to everybody.
Listen, the roster is rather long, but I'm thankful though.
All right, excellent. I'm grateful that you're here. I want to bring in another one of my classmates from the, I call it the Ammons era, the golden era, 2000, 2004, yes. Carla Aaron-Lopez. Oh, what's up? How are you?
Yo, son, I'm in the building. What's good with you?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So grateful.
Got a lot of haters and a lot of homies. Some friends and some phonies.
Indeed. You know how we roll. That's standard. What's up? So good to see you, sis. How are you?
Man, I'm chilling. How you feeling?
Doing very well. Very, very excited to hear all about what you got going on in Charlotte in a moment. But before we do that, we want to introduce the 78th Miss North Carolina Central University, Imani. Let's bring Imani in. Imani.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I am well. This is so cool. This makes me excited to become an alumna in a few months. Like, this is so cool.
That's why we're doing it, Miss NCCU, so you can get clear about, who you're going to be very soon. So let's jump in. I want to go over a couple things. Before we start, I want to just give our condolences to the family of R. Edward Stewart, one of our Board of Trustee members. He died this week. And we just want to honor him and acknowledge him. When I was on the Board of Trustees, student body president back in the day, he was there and always amazing with the work that he was doing for us. And he's also, I don't want to give any, let me see, he is a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Definitely got to shout him out. In lieu of flowers, please reach out to the athletic department through the NCCU Foundation, and that is the request of the family. In lieu of flowers, he wants to donate to the athletic department. So we just want to give all of our love to their family today. Let's go right back into Miss NCCU has an amazing accomplishment. The top 10 Miss National Black College Hall of Fame. Imani, talk to us about this huge honor and how we can support you go to the next level.
Yes, so for the first time in 35 years, Miss NCCU is in the top 10 for the National Black College Alumni Hall of Fame pageant. On top of this historic accomplishment, I was also fortunate to win the 2020 Service Award, which is chosen by former Miss Hall of Fame queens. I also won a scholarship for this award. So the next steps to ensure that I can bring this national crown home to the sloping hills and verdant greens is for you all to go online and vote for me to be the next Miss HBCU. Voting is going on right now until Monday, November 16th. You can vote 10 times a day for free, or you can add additional votes by going online and donating to the HBCU Scholarship Fund. I will go ahead and drop that in the chat, but you can also find the link on my Instagram page at The Central Lady. It's in the bio. It's also been posted everywhere across campus. So please make sure you guys are voting every single day so we can continue to make history and be the first queen from NCCU to win this title in 35 years.
Incredible, Imani. That's going to be an incredible accomplishment to get that. So we're going to do all that we can. Tell us one more time where we can vote.
So the link is called Anytime Voting. So when you get on that page, you can click on the competition of Black college queens, and then you can scroll to see my name. You have to go ahead and make an account. So that's really easy. Just click create an account and then see my name, Miss NCCU, and then click on the votes. And all of the money that you donate, if you choose to do the donation option, all that money is going to the HBCU Scholarship Fund for HBCU Queens. Excellent.
We're going to do it. And we'll put the link in all of our networks, and we'll post your flyer as well. Congratulations on all your success. How did NCCU find you, Miss NCCU?
NCCU found me before I was even ready to look in the direction of NCCU. I had my heart set on being in the cold in DC. I was literally preparing to buy all of my winter coats, and then I checked my email and I saw NCCU had given me a scholarship offer. They told me about their political science program. I said, okay, I'm gonna look into them. And when I started looking into NCCU, I fell so madly in love with their political science department because their course curriculum aligned with every single thing that I wanted to study. Also, the professors who were on the curriculum at that time, all of their research interests and all the projects they've been a part of, it aligned with what I aspire to do. So NCCU, they found me my junior year of high school, and they really took me in and molded me from the time I was in high school to now being the 78th.
Come on, 78th Miss NCCU. We had Miss NCCU Dr. Terry Rowland on, I think a couple of weeks ago. So it's always great to see Miss NCCUs throughout the history of our university. Such an iconic role, a very important ambassador for Maroon and Gray. So congratulations to you, 78.
Thank you.
I want to go to Faith Bynum and stick around. Imani, we're going to talk for a couple minutes together. Faith, what's up with you and how you doing? You're muted. Oh, I can't hear you. While she's getting that together, let's go to Carla. Carla's in Charlotte, painting on walls and stuff. How's that going for you?
It is very tiresome. I think I'm going through a midlife crisis about 10 years too early because I decided to start making murals at 36.
Talk about making murals and how important it is and just the background so we can just support you.
Well, I have always been into street art, but never knew where I could start. So my handwriting has been a pathway to get there. And, really the best thing you can do for me in terms of supporting me is just checking out what I'm doing on Instagram and staying up to date with all of the activities that I'm associated with out of my shop here at Black Market Charlotte.
Yes. And you are at I Am King Carla. We'll put that up.
Right. I'm going to drop it in the chat. Bump it.
Hey. Okay. All right. So talk about your matriculation to NCCU, how NCCU found you, and you were in the art department as well. So talk about that.
NCCU didn't really find me as much as every single family member in my family, except for maybe like 2 to 3 people. They have attended NCCU at some point or another. So it just felt like common sense. I really didn't have much of a direction. I just knew I liked art and wanted to keep making art. But I always knew I wanted to go to the same college that my grandmother went to, which was Central.
Come on, Legacy. So you a Legacy. Okay. All right.
Yo, I'm a Legacy about 4 or 5 times over.
Well, I'm glad to know you. And it was lit during the time that we were there together. So I'm grateful.
It was lit. I'm happy for the passage of time, too.
Yes. You hit me up. You were like, you don't even know what I've been doing since college. I was like, I can only imagine, Carla.
Baby, listen, I have done so many things between here and Switzerland.
Well, I'm glad that you're with us, and I'm glad that you're around, and we're going to support you with your new your project and get people involved. And we need to do that at North Carolina Central, so we're working on that too.
Well, I mean, as much as cool as it is to get invited to do like other really cool art projects with people, there's just something so important about home and bringing what you do for a living home. And I would love to bring what I do for a living all the way back home. And Central is indeed a home. I cannot speak about my upbringing without speaking about the 919.
Indeed, the sloping hills and inverted green. All right, Carla, let's go to Faith. Are you there, Faith? Do we have you, Faith?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Listen, I was like, look, so my fiance, he has this podcast and he had all like the nice fancy equipment. I don't know how to work it, but at any rate, thank you for bearing with me, and I'm so glad to be here.
Of course. Now talk about your work. Of course, you're a CPA. Talk about your work and how you're impacting folks every day.
So I am an entrepreneur. I have been in full-time entrepreneurship now for about 6 years. And my home is Durham. So luckily for me, after I graduated Central in 2004, I immediately started working for a nonprofit organization, and I was there for about 10 years. And so a lot of the connections and the networking throughout those years helped for me to build my business. And when I went into full-time entrepreneurship, it was just me and an office space and 4 walls. And now I have 8 employees, and it is busy. Very, very busy, but I wouldn't trade this in for the world.
Come on, 8 employees. What is the first thing that you would tell people, especially during tax season or just as far as money is concerned? What is one tip that you would give our students who are watching and alumni who are watching?
For sure. Do not disrespect your money. Understand it, know it, become intimate with it. And the reason why I take a very personal approach is because sometimes people, they treat it as it's here today, gone tomorrow. And it's not to say that you cannot enjoy life. I'm not saying that at all, but it is very important to understand the credit. The earlier you can get that, the better. Understand how it can work for you in your life and in your business lives. One thing that the pandemic has done is everybody is an entrepreneur. Everybody has started a side hustle of some sort. And one of the best things that you can do is just understand how money can work for you, and make sure that, especially with your credit, do not abuse it. And if you have already abused it, it's not too late. You can always put some things in place to get it better.
Thank you for that last part. If you messed it up, there is redemption.
It's redemption.
For the credit. All right. Thank you, Faith. How did NCC find you, by the way?
So I'm from Durham, and it's actually a special story in that when I was 15, my dad ended up having 5 strokes, and so I had to work for my junior and senior year. So I didn't have the best grades, and I didn't think any college would really accept me. And so a good friend of mine, Frederick Xavier Raven III, he was like, "Hey, Faith, listen, go and apply to Central." And I did, and I applied 2 weeks before my high school graduation, and I found out on the day that I graduated that Central accepted me, and ever since then my life changed.
Amazing. I'm so grateful that we all have individual kind of stories when it comes to NCCU, but we all got there.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for that. Let's go into our segment, Black School Matters. And I think what I hear is some feedback. So if you guys are listening to the broadcast, you want to mute that and just be live with us. So if it's playing, we're going to get feedback. All right. So I want to go to Imani because she's fresh off of coronation. I want to know about coronation because people don't know what coronation is unless they went to a Black college. All right. So talk about coronation this year. How was it?
Woo! Planning a coronation in a global pandemic makes me want to add event planner, graphic designer, music director, all that to my resume. But we did it. Coronation was a magical experience. I'm the first person in my family to go to an HBCU, so trying to explain to my family what a coronation is, like it's basically a wedding. It's a huge celebration. So trying to get them to understand the severity of it was a journey. But coronation, it was a moment in time. And to be coronated on the day that a Black woman and an HBCU grad became the VP of the United States, that is a day I will never forget. I was literally stepping into my coronation dress and I heard it on the radio. So that's a moment I will always remember. I'm really happy that we were able to pull together all of our theme, all of our ideas. So my Mr. NCCU and I, we both had Beyonce themes for our campaign. So it was only right that our coronation was Beyonce themed. So we were able to pull that off, and I'm ecstatic that we were able to put everything together, and it was really a moment in time that we can all look back on, specifically because it was such a historic day in our country that we'll always remember.
And I saw on the internet, you guys did a wave. There was a wave by, drive-by wave-a-thon. Describe that feeling.
That was eventful because we did not know exactly how it was going to go, but then cars started pulling out of every possible corner. People brought balloons. People really came and showed out for NCCU that day. And the weather was perfect. It was so sunny. It was not cold, not hot. It was a perfect day to just celebrate more of the coronation magic. And it was so nice to see families and community members come out just to support us and to really see all of the student engagement and leadership that we have here on NCCU's campus. So it was a beautiful day, and I'm really happy that we were able to pull that off as well.
Excellent. Congratulations to you on that. That's definitely a Black college matter. Thank you for explaining to your folks. I would have a issue explaining to my people what a coronation was of the Queen. I want to go to Carla. Carla, I want to take us back to you on campus when we were there. You always had a camera, and you always had a different vibe, and it was all I was attracted to it. I mean, what was your experience like at NCCU as an artist?
All right, so now that I've come full circle in my life, I need to apologize to you and everybody else on Central's campus for that moment in time.
Why are you apologizing? Talk about it.
Oh man, well, I say full circle because for you guys during that period of Black culture between 2001 and 2006, I was seen as a very extreme character, as to where in 2020, if 17-year-old Carla was walking across Central's campus, there would be many young girls that looked like me, dressed like me, and to be honest, act like me. I see it every time I go back for homecoming and I shoot homecoming. But for me at that time, I did feel the definition of individual, not like everybody else. We don't know why. Why are you not at Carolina or Duke? But no, I really wanted to go to Central because my grandma went to Central, my mom went to Central, my uncle went to Central, my cousins, that just small storyline that no one ever chose to ask me about unless I revealed it, that meant so much to me. And I'm a very private person when it comes to family. So my thing was to conquer Central and do everything that I knew Black people were going to do 10 years after I do it. My experience at Central is the reason why I moved the way I moved, the reason why I talk the way that I talk. Having Southern culture from a Black experience in my artwork is because of Central, So those kinds of things, Central is the reason why I make the work that I make today. The reason why I write rap lyrics really big on walls. That just, it becomes a part of you,
Are you teaching now, Carla?
I am teaching now during the pandemic.
Okay. Talk about being a teacher, Carla. When I saw that, I was like, okay, who is Carla teaching?
Right. So a lot of people don't realize that I've actually been an educator for 10 years, and I got started at another Black college, Fort Valley State University, Middle Georgia. What's up? Bump you, Albany State. It's all about Fort Valley State University. That's their rival, the way A&T is supposed to be our rival. But once you in the HBCU family, baby, that's it is what it is, you
Yes.
know? But I started there in 2009, 2010. And when I became pregnant, I decided to move back home because I don't know, I might not have known too much about kids in 2012, but by 2013, it takes a village to raise a child. And I wanted my child to be raised with the village that brought me up. So I came back to Charlotte. And I wanted to focus on a schedule that would align with his. So I became a middle school art teacher, which is the craziest of crazy, but I don't lack crazy by any means.
Excellent.
But I mean, true, but it's influenced my perspective to where I think that while we are trying to do our best, we are leaving our Black and brown babies behind. And I can't sit on the sidelines and do that anymore. I cannot blame that child anymore. I can only choose to hear that child and understand that child and hope that my next words are my best words to guide that child.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for that. I wanted to ask Imani, what is, because Carla's teaching art during a pandemic. So how is going to school at North Carolina Central University during a global pandemic?
We are almost done.
Yes, we are.
This is the last week of classes, so I'm told.
Yes, it is. I'm in school too. I'm graduating with you. So yes, it is the last week of school. Yes.
We're almost there. You just gotta make sure you are, because everything is virtual for me. That means we have more work assigned. So it just means staying more organized and working to make sure that every single thing is turned in on time, that it's scanned the proper way, not upside down, making sure that I can hear my professors. Because a lot of times my professors, for some reason, they always have the mute button on. I'm like, is something wrong with my computer? Is like something going out? Did I miss something? So making sure that I'm in class at the right time, because you can really just be sitting at your desk doing the work and then look at the clock. You're late for online school. So it's really, you got to set those alarms to make sure you are in class at the right time, because I've literally been sitting at my desk getting ready for class and completely forgot about it because I was just sitting there working on something.
Imani, make sure you tell your folks that even if the professor is 15 minutes late, you need to stay there, okay?
Yes,
y'all don't get the dip when they 15 minutes late, all right? That's a myth, all right?
Oof. Well, we're almost done.
Almost done. Faith, talk about your most impactful memory at NCCU, your most impactful memory. I know you gotta go all the way back.
So I was there from 98 to 04 before social media. And I chronicle that time, especially from 98 to 2000. I mean, yeah, there was like Black Planet that rolled around at some point, but the social aspect that in CCU, the 1040 breaks, oh my gosh, the 1040 breaks, those were monumental. If you did not attend Chicken Day Wednesday, like, what were you doing with your life? So the social aspects were definitely amazing. But on a serious note, though, one of the things that I will say was that NCCU taught me how to network properly. Because one of the things that our school, and especially when I talk with friends that went to PWIs, is that after like my freshman and sophomore year going to the 1040 breaks, what I started doing was networking with my professors, and they poured into me, and they actually would send me to people that they knew that was in the accounting profession once I really understood, okay, this is what I wanted to do. And they poured into me. And one of the things that I would recommend into anybody, and especially if you are attending an HBCU, is something special. Like those professors, those teachers, the educators, they really do want to see their students succeed. And so networking with my peers, but additionally networking with my professors, that was all A1, because it was through NCCU that I had my job waiting for me 2 months before I even graduated. It was through one of my sorors, a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha, and it was like a shoot, and it was like, listen, Faith Bynum, she goes to NCCU, blah, blah, blah. And I went through the interview process, and I'm not saying that like it was, I didn't have to do anything, but what I'm saying is that I had people to vouch for me.
Yeah.
And big ups to NCCU for that. That was major for me back then.
Faith, there's a comment that just came up. Let me see this. It says, Faith, come on, Black Planet. Does that mean anything to you?
Listen,
Wait a minute. What? Do tell.
hold
I
on.
remember Black Planet. Imani probably don't know what Black Planet is, but what?
Listen, I know all Black Planet. Now, y'all, no word of a lie.
Girl, quit playing. I had me a profile too.
Look, listen, but straight up, I did not get on social media until Facebook. I was real late in the game. I missed MySpace. I missed all that. I missed Black Planet. I missed MySpace and all that was in between. I did jump on Facebook. I was late. People were picking on me. They were like, "What are you doing?" But it's all good. Now, my fiance.
Girl, I remember the day Facebook was introduced on Central's campus. Thanks, Tyra and America's Next Top Model. Appreciate you, girl.
Indeed. That's history right there. What are you talking about, Jamie? Your fiance? What are you talking about?
Look, I said, well, my fiance, he was probably on Black Planet and all the things in between.
So
Yeah, but it don't take too much.
Imani over here looking like, what y'all over here talking about, old people? Look, before there was a Facebook and a Twitter and a TikTok, there was Black Planet
Black Planet.
and MySpace and College Club. Y'all remember that? Anything? Did I miss anything, Carla?
Okay, so it was MySpace, Black Planet, Friendster before MySpace.
Oh yeah.
Friendster got killed by MySpace.
Yep.
Then MySpace held it down real strong, but Black Planet. So then I'm half Puerto Rican, so I snuck my way onto the Ay Caramba one, which was like Black Planet but for Latinx people. And then the Facebook showed up magically. In history and human behavior development has been different ever since the Facebook.
All right, there's a comment about you too, Carla. Carla, you are definitely a virtual teacher. You got that mute after you speak on live.
Yes, baby, because I be trying my darndest to not curse in front of the children.
Indeed. All right, we're winding this down. I'm so grateful to see all these ladies here. Powerful. This is power up in this group right here. All right, final thoughts. We're gonna start with I was gonna say the most seasoned person on the chat. Faith, what's your final thoughts for tonight?
One of the things that I think that I've learned more so, I think I turned 40 this year. Pandemic year. I'm getting married in 31 days. Is to be gentle with yourself. And I think that's one of the best things that we can do. There's a lot of people who are going through a lot of emotional distress, financial distress. And I think they're trying to find what their new normal is. And so my final thought is just to simply be gentle with yourself. Just take everything one day at a time. That's all we can do.
All right, Faith. I'm getting married in 31 days, you said.
31 days.
Class of 04. Faith, thank you. Carla Aaron-Lopez, class of 06. Your final thoughts.
You know what? Just keep going. I mean, I've always wanted to be an artist. I didn't really feel like an artist until 2019, and I graduated from Central with my first art degree in 2006, and I got 2 more, but 2019, I didn't feel like an artist. And while we've been in this pandemic, this has been my most successful year. Therefore, why quit? Just keep going.
I love that. I love that. Thank you. Just keep going.
Keep
All
going.
right. Thank you, Carla. 78th Miss NCCU, Imani Johnson. Your final thoughts.
My final thoughts. I want to say how much I've enjoyed this conversation. Just being here. It's so nice to be around alums. I feel all the love. I feel all of the Eagle pride right now. I've really enjoyed my time here. I've loved getting all of the laughs because we're in this virtual world. We're just pressing the mute button to say I have a question or I have something to say. But I really enjoyed this moment. It just reminded me for a second that we're not in a pandemic. So it just got my mind off of that. So I'm really thankful for that. I'm also really appreciative to be here in this moment in time. To be the 78th was always my dream to be here. So it's still surreal coming off of coronation week. And then literally on Thursday of last week, that's when I found out I was in the top 10 that I won the service award, and coronation was Friday and Saturday. So I'm up on an all-time high, and I want to continue to spread the magic of NCCU across the land as the next Miss National Black College Alumni Hall of Fame. So guys, make sure you guys vote for me every single day, 10 times. And you can also donate to the HBCU Scholarship Fund so we can bring this crown home to NCCU for the first time in 35 years. Let's continue to make history because like James E. Shepard said, the Eagle is no common, ordinary, barnyard fowl. So let's bring this crown home.
Well, I can't go after that, so we're gonna close it at that point. Thank you, Miss NCCU, Imani Johnson. Thank you, Carla Aaron-Lopez, and thank you, Faith Bynum, for being here. And remember, guys, if you haven't joined the NCCU Alumni Association, go to nccualumni.org and make a recurring gift to the university. Go to eaglesgive.com. And like the Queen says, the eagle is no common, ordinary barnyard fowl. Take care of one another. We need to unite in this season, in this time in our world. Now, let's figure out how we can unify. We can disagree, but we have to figure out how we can unite, identify a problem, and unite to find a solution. All right? Have a good night, folks. Take care, Eagles.